Alright, after years of waiting, it's finally here. Lies of P. Or better known as Pinocchio Souls. Or Dark Pinocchio. Wait a sec, that's not what I'm... Whatever you want to call it. I've been waiting like 2 years for this, so let's see if it lives up to the hype, shall we? And yeah, I know I'm like 4 months late at this point, but bear with me, alright? As always, I'll start with the story, so if you haven't finished it yet, I'll timestamp the review portion of the video below. Probably. What is this? I paid for Pinocchio, not Persona. Ah, there we go. We open with Pinocchio, alone in an abandoned train cart. So we head out armed with nothing but a cricket, a sword, and the voices in our head telling us to go to Hotel Krat. I'm barely making it to the first boss, and I wholeheartedly believe that the people of Krat deserve the puppets taken over. Because there's no way that you can convince me that keeping a 20-foot puppet with giant claws and a metal cage on his back in the middle of the city is a good idea. What other use did this thing have other than being a full-blown killing machine? We make it to the hotel and meet Sophia. She tells us that Geppetto is missing, and now that we have the fit of an 8-year-old British schoolboy and a gothic web shooter for an arm, it's time to go save our father. We find Geppetto being harassed by a stalker, who are the group fighting against the puppets. And I gotta say, if furries are the last line of defense, I say just let the puppets have the city. Like at that point, just recreate the Raccoon City incident. Just nuke Krat and start over. One web pull and a couple sword slashes later and Geppetto has been safely rescued. He's so happy to see us that he just ignores the corpse at his feet. The first thing our absent father sends us to do is end the puppet invasion. Without even giving a please or thank you? Not even a, hey son, sorry about leaving you in a dingy train cart? Typical. We head to Vanini Works to save Vanini. But I'm not doing this out of the goodness of my heart. We force him to make upgrades for us. Since I'm risking my life fighting a giant furnace, this is the least he could do. On to the cathedral, where, against my better judgment, we recruit Alidoro to the hotel. Listen, I know he's a furry, but he has his uses. Before we can leave, we have to do the obligatory Souls-like church fight. I don't know why this is a thing in all Souls-like Soulsborne games. Code Vein? Church fight. Bloodborne? Church fight. Even in Jedi Survivor, you fight in an abandoned Jedi temple, which is basically just space church. We make our way to the Malum district where we find a family of emo furries waiting for us. The last boss was light work, so let's see how this goes. I'm getting violated in a corner by 3 men. Who decided this was good game design? You know what? I'm done. Give me the Spectre. I wanted to beat the game without one, but the Black Rabbits just got done exploring places on Pinocchio's body that even Geppetto didn't know about. Geppetto tells us that we're ready to go take down the Puppet King. The only obstacle in our way is Pennywise's obese cousin. Like I'd let myself be killed by a... I don't know why I shit talk the enemies. Every time I do, it never ends well for me. We make it to the Puppet King, and it took a few tries, but he went down pretty easily. It was a close fight. He had me nervous for a second. But you know, he wasn't that hard. Motherfuck! Clearly this isn't working out, so I did a little grinding. Nothing major, just 1, 2, 13 levels. Like I said, nothing major. Now, it's time to claim our throne. On guard, you two-faced bitch. Finally, I've claimed my title as the Puppet King. So, the game's over, right? Right? Why aren't the credits playing? Apparently, fighting evil puppets wasn't enough. Now, we have to stop the petrification disease, too. I deserve a medal for all this community service I'm doing. We head to the museum where we get a Bane vs. Pinocchio boss fight. Before we can finish him off, we get our kill credit stolen by Lex Asia, who's working for Simon, the leader of the Alchemists. Most of them aren't really alchemists, though. It's mostly just a bunch of people who thought they were joining a Full Metal Alchemist fan club. Regardless, they're the ones who spread the petrification disease around Krat. We'll have to deal with them later, because we can't do anything to them without a golden ergo. As you would expect, this precious resource can only be found in one place. A barren swamp. I think clowns are going to give me PTSD by the time I finish this game. We breeze through a giant Kingdom Hearts shadow and head back to Krat. I left the city for 10 minutes. How the hell did this happen? To make things worse, Geppetto gets kidnapped by the alchemist and the furries, and has to be rescued, again. I swear the people in the city wouldn't get shit done without me. No. I recognize that coffin. Please don't put me through this again. Well, can't be worse than last time. Just give me the Spectre. I'm not wasting 2 hours on the Black Rabbits again. I'll see you in hell, you triple-teaming bastards. And I'm not stopping there. Alidoro's next. I knew I shouldn't have trusted a furry. Sophia tells us that her body is somewhere in Simon's castle. And the Sophia we've been talking to this whole time has basically been a hologram. We storm the castle but get stopped by Lex Asia. And damn, you know, after she drops that armor, she's kinda I'm sorry, ma'am. I take it back. You don't have to do this. Ma'am, please. We find the real Sophia, and she's clearly seen better days. So to cheer her up, we play a little game with her. Got your soul. Got your soul. Why is she just laying there like she's dead? Oh, shit. Well, her spirit lives on in this new hairstyle. We reach the top of the tower to see that Simon has turned himself into this Quasimodo-looking abomination. I'm gonna end this quickly. I'm already tired of looking at him. Off my screen, you humped-back Edward Elric knockoff. And just like that, all the alchemists are either dead or petrified. The only thing left to do is take our father and go home. Oh no, the guy who created the puppets and had full control of them caused the puppet frenzy. Who could have foreseen this? I knew the second I finished watching the first trailer that this man could not be trusted. We fight the nameless puppet, but he gets the upper hand. It's over, boys. We had a nice run. He goes in for the kill when Geppetto steps in to take the hit for us, and dies. I gotta give it to him, that's a smart move. You can't be charged with crimes against humanity if you're not alive. We put Sophia's soul in the puppet, and after 25 hours of hard work to get the true ending, all I get is another Persona reference and sequel bait. Seriously, what the hell is Dorothy gonna do? Use her friends as Pokemon while she hides behind a tree? Now thinking about it, I'd play that game. I was genuinely excited for this game. It's been a long time since I've played a Souls-like Soulsborne game, and I was quickly reminded why. And no matter how badly the game made me want to set my oven to 450 and hop inside, I kept coming back. I came close to almost scrapping this video entirely and uninstalling the game. But I wasn't going to let it get the best of me. And here I am, 25 hours later, after all the rage, all the BS deaths, after losing my sanity for 4 days, I ask myself, was it worth it? Not on the slightest, but it was a fun ride down. The game is a solid 8. Once you get over the novelty of being Pinocchio in this dark, depressing world, all you're left with is Bloodborne, but with puppets. So if you enjoyed that game, you'll enjoy Lies of P. Even in the story, there's heavy Bloodborne parallels at first. But once you get to the later parts, the game is fantastic. You'll find out more about the characters in the hotel, and there was even a couple plot points I didn't see coming. The gameplay is basic Souls combat. You can either learn the attack pattern of every single enemy, or die. The choice is yours, really. The weapon system is one of the more unique aspects of the game. I used 3 weapons the whole game, so I didn't use it much. But I had a friend who kept making the dumbest weapons possible. He had a big-ass wrench and was doing insane damage even in the late game areas. Which just goes to show you, if you screw around, eventually you'll find a weapon that works for you. It's going to be a long time before I play anything involving clowns, puppets, or rabbits. And it sure as hell is going to be a while before I touch another Soulsborne or Souls-like game. Even if the letters on the title can be rearranged to spell Souls, I'm not touching it. But if you want to like and subscribe, I guess I'll do another video on this genre. Sanity is overrated anyways. Lastly, before I wrap up, I just want to say, now that a lot of older characters are entering public domain, I'm expecting more games like this. Let me get a Mafia-style Mickey Mouse game where he's running a crime family with Donald and Goofy. A war game about the Great Smurf Civil War. A Jack and the Beanstalk game where instead of growing magic beans, he's dealing magic weed. The possibilities are endless. Well, that's all I got for this one. Subscribe, or not, either way. I'm gonna head out. Later.